Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am here right now on today, Tuesday the 23rd, and I want to give you an update about my diabetes. So if you like watching these kind of videos, just keep on watching. So I went to the specialist today, my diabetes specialist, the endocrinologist, which I totally love her. She is great. So let's start off with, I gained some weight. So the last time I was there, which it was over 6 months ago, because I caught COVID in between the time that I was supposed to go see her, so obviously I couldn't weigh myself. So I gained 2 pounds. I was 135 6 months ago, and today I'm 137. So I gained 2 pounds. My A1C, the last time I went to go see her, well, I did a video chat with her, so we still did blood work and everything else. My diabetes was 6.2, and as of today is 5.9. Yes, you heard that correctly. So when I first started this journey, it was over 7. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was 7 point something, and now I'm 5.9. So what's new? What is she going to do? So because my diabetes is doing good with the 5.9, she does want me to stop the glimepiride, which is the half tablet that I gotta cut and take. It's a 2 milligram, so I'm actually taking 1 milligram, I think. Wait, don't quote me on that. Hold on, let's check. I don't know, it's 4 or 2. Hold on, should have known that, but glimepiride. Yes, it's a 2 milligram. It's a 2 milligram, so I cut it in half, so I'm taking 1 milligram of the glimepiride. So for this week, she wants me to stop taking the glimepiride. I am to check my sugars in the morning and before I go to bed. But that was before I started telling her about how when I'm eating, I do feel nauseous. Like I can take maybe 2 bites out of a cheeseburger, a couple of fries, and if I force myself to eat thinking that my sugar is gonna go low. So I wanna maintain the food to maintain my sugars. I start getting nauseous. I don't throw up, but I do feel the regurgitation or whatever it's called, and nausea. So what she said was that maybe the reason why I feel like I need to eat more, or that I need to grab crackers or grab something to snack on, is because I feel like my sugar is going to go down, because I am taking the glimepiride, and the glimepiride does give you low sugars. So she wants me to stop taking the glimepiride for a week just to see how my sugar does without the glimepiride. So in the morning they have to be less than 130 in order to get away from the glimepiride. But if they're higher than 130 in the morning, then I need to go back and take the glimepiride. So I ended up getting a scan yesterday. So the scan yesterday, I don't know the name of it, but I had to eat 2 eggs, and every hour they were taking a picture of my stomach. So I was there for a couple of hours, so they took a picture on an empty stomach. So I had to go there with nothing to eat, nothing to drink, and she said that that the test came back, and I don't have it on here, so I guess she sees it but I can't see it. The test came back saying that I actually had, they diagnosed me with, if I can find it now, because, let's see. I'm sorry, I should have had all of this ready for you. And of course, I don't. Okay, so what they diagnosed me with was gastroparesis or paresis, which is a stomach issue which you don't digest your food as fast as you should, right? So let's go back a little bit. So about 9 months ago, I went for a gastro and a colonoscopy, and I did the drinking the night before for the colonoscopy and all that stuff. I couldn't hold it down. I vomited some of it. It was a horrible experience. Got it done. But during the procedure, I ended up aspirating the stuff that was in my stomach and ended up with pneumonia. I'm sure you remember that. Okay. Then a month ago, I went to a different doctor because obviously the first one that almost killed me with pneumonia, I didn't feel comfortable in returning back to that one. So I found me a new one, and he said she didn't finish doing any of the procedures, so we needed to go back and get the procedure done. So when I ended up aspirating and getting pneumonia, she never finished doing the endoscopy, so she never looked at my stomach or any of that part that they look at. And obviously they couldn't finish the colonoscopy because it all happened, I guess, at the same. I guess I aspirated while they were doing the colonoscopy, so they couldn't finish the colonoscopy, and obviously they couldn't start the endoscopy, so they never did the endoscopy. So the new doctor suggested for me to get it done because obviously I'm anemic and we don't know where I'm losing my iron. So they ended up suggesting to get it done again. I explained to him what happened. Obviously they have all my medical history, all the paperwork, everything, medications, the whole 9 yards. So when I went for this one, they had to intubate me, and I did it in a hospital instead of the walk-in place, which I should have done in the first place. That was dumb of me. And so he was able to finish the colonoscopy, but the same thing happened to me with that drinking material they give you for the colonoscopy. I couldn't finish the 2 bottles. I only had, I think it was 1 and maybe about half of the other one with the same symptoms. I felt nauseous. I felt the stuff coming up, like horrible night. Can't explain it any better than that. But when I went for that procedure, he was able to finish because I was intubated and obviously asleep and everything else, that they were able to do both. They were able to do the colonoscopy and they were able to do the endoscopy. So when I woke up from that procedure, he suggested to get this procedure I did yesterday because that when he went and did the endoscopy, I still had the colonoscopy drink that they give you still in my stomach, and it should have been gone, right? So this is the interesting part. So when I went for the procedure yesterday, they gave me the 2 eggs with some kind of liquid in it that every time they take a picture, they can see where the eggs is at and how long it stays in your stomach. So I ended up doing that procedure yesterday. It was like 5 hours long. I went in with nothing in my stomach. They took a picture. They cooked the eggs. I ate the eggs. They made me eat the whole 2 eggs, even though I felt the same way. I couldn't finish the 2 eggs. I felt nauseous, same thing. And every hour they were taking a picture of my stomach. So today I went to the endocrinologist, and when she saw the results of that test, she said she started asking questions, and she goes, "Who told you to get this test done?" So I explained to her just what I just explained to you guys, that a month ago I went to get the endo and the colonoscopy and all that good stuff. And then she says, well, they just diagnosed you with the gastroparesis or paresis that's in here right now. She goes, when are you going to go see the doctor? I don't know because they haven't called me to schedule an appointment. So I have to call them to find out when they want to see me. But she said, well, they have it here as diagnosed as gastroparesis, Spanglish. She said that whenever I sit down with the doctor, she wants him to give her a call because that's a wrong diagnosis, because I am on the Ozempic and they shouldn't. That's not a real diagnosis with the Ozempic. So before they did any of that stuff, they should have told me to stop my Ozempic, and they didn't. So throughout all of these procedures, I was still taking my Ozempic because obviously the Ozempic is what controls my sugar. So apparently the Ozempic holds the stuff in your stomach, because that's the purpose of it, for you to lose weight, feel full. It takes, brings up the way she explained it, it gives you your brain thinking that you are full, and it sort of takes longer for your food to digest and all that stuff. That's the whole point of the Ozempic. And then you have a better control of your sugars, and if you're losing weight, you feel full and you lose weight. Granted, that's not what I use it for. I use it for my diabetes, so it's supposed to give me a better control of, I guess, my eating habits and all that good stuff. So I don't have the gastroparesis because technically they did the test with the Ozempic in me, and I should have stopped taking the Ozempic 2 weeks before going for that scan. And the same thing for the endoscopy. She believes that when I went for the endoscopy, they should have had me stop taking the Ozempic, because obviously they are going to see all that stuff, because that's the purpose of the Ozempic. So you see how I feel? So now that we got all that out of the way, blah 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 blah, she wants me to obviously stop the glimepiride. But now, since I'm feeling, she goes and tells me that I need to, I guess, start writing down what I eat, what gives me the stomach aches, what makes me feel nauseous, how much I eat, and all that other good stuff, because at least we'll know, right? And we'll have a mental note of, okay, if I eat, I don't know, a cup of rice and I felt full, then obviously next time we need to cut down on the rice, eat less, just so I don't feel to the point where I'm feeling nauseous, is what she said. So that's my update. I get to write everything down, stop the glimepiride starting tomorrow morning, checking my sugars, and apparently eating less. So, and she didn't care about the weight gain. She said some people end up fluctuating a little bit after a while being on the Ozempic, because technically after the 0.5 you are supposed to jump to the next one if it's for weight loss purposes. And since we're not using it for weight loss purposes, I'm sticking with the 0.5. So, besides that, I think that was it. So I just have to wait for the idiot to call me to schedule my appointment to tell me I have gastroparesis, so I can tell him, no, you need to call my endocrinologist because you're wrong. And then hopefully the colonoscopy and the endoscopy was clear, which I believe it was, because that was a month ago and no one has called me to talk about it, right? Or to tell me results about it, or to be worried about it. I'm sure if something was wrong with either one of those, somebody would have called me already, talk about, come on in, you need to come in, blah 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 blah, we need to do this and schedule this and do this, and no one has called me. So I'm pretty sure the colonoscopy and the endoscopy are clear. And now we know that the scan yesterday is completely wrong, it's completely off. So now what? I don't know. So I called my my cancer doctor, I call him the cancer doctor, my anemia doctor, I forget what they're called because they have some other special name, to schedule his appointment because he's the one that actually wanted the colonoscopy and the endoscopy to make sure those were clear before we go to the next step on why I keep losing blood and I'm still anemic. So, and why I'm not retaining my iron, I guess. So, that's another future. And I don't know. So, I see her I see her in June again. She gave me a 4-month follow-up. But I do have to send her the blood numbers for this week. And sort of like the journal of what I'm having for dinner. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. That's going to be awesome. Because, I work full-time. Don't nobody got time for this stuff. Ugh. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I guess I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll take pictures just to keep you guys updated. Not sure if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff because, some people are, some people are not. And we'll see how it continues, right? I mean, summer's coming. Well, it's February 23rd, but today was nice. Tomorrow is supposed to be like in its 50s. Pretty soon the snow will clear. I don't think we'll ever get any more snow. I think we're done with snow. And then I can start walking outside and moving around and, getting a little movement in my life. And hopefully that'll work. I don't have energy right now, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my anemia. It's not my thyroid. You should check my thyroid. My thyroid is fine. So it's not that. So the only thing I can think of is anemia, or it could be that I've been stuck in this house because of COVID. I don't know. But I did some research, and crazy me, as usual, I'm going to be feeding me and my husband bone broth because I heard that one has a lot of vitamins, minerals. It has like energy boosting stuff, and I want to see if it works. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to put it in some of my meals. And my husband wants to try to just shot it up and drink it that way, but he likes drinking hot stuff before eating his food, so good for him. I am a picky eater, as we know. I don't even eat vegetables, so I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try it and at least put it in my meals. And the other thing is I'm gonna try to put lentils into my beans and mix them together because lentils has a lot of iron and I need iron in my life. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see what else I can do. I mean, I could eat vegetables, but we're still not there yet. We're about here, I went from here to here, and not even, because I haven't tried anything except for like a couple of carrots. Asparagus wasn't bad. The green bean wasn't either. I mean, but for some reason it's not like I want to cook them every day or eat them every day. So that's the bummer. So I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on how to get me to eat some greens, I will appreciate it. But I think we're 20 minutes into this video. I'm pretty sure you're done with me already. But thank you for watching. God bless. And don't forget to subscribe. And I will keep you guys posted on what's going to happen next with this diabetes journey. Thank you for watching.